Stronger is directed by David Gordon Green and stars Jake Gyllenhaal and Tatiana Maslani. Gyllenhaal plays the role of Jeff Bowman, who survives the Boston Marathon bombing. This is a true story and he loses both of his legs. Now he has to adjust to his new form of life without them. And now he transitions from a normal person who pretty much no one even knew. No one knows this person, and now everyone calls him a national hero, and he feels uncomfortable by that. I mean, it's not just Jeff Bowman, but it's the people who he surrounds himself with that are also being emotionally and physically affected by this, and mentally as well. You know, he is pretty much affecting people around him, such as his girlfriend, played by Tatiana Maslani, his mother, and it's just such a emotionally driven film. Once again, I do feel like this film does fall into the stereotype of being a bit too cliched of any sort of drama. But the thing is that this film is a true story, so I feel like that really can't be a flaw. Like I mentioned earlier in my recent videos, I feel like Stronger is one of the most emotionally impactful films that I have seen in a very long time. Jake Gyllenhaal and Tatiana Maslani do not even try in this film. It's just they're not even trying so hard for, you know, Oscar or the best actor or whatever, even though they should deserve it. Jake Gyllenhaal and Tatiana Maslani are both equally as good. It's just the best praise that I can give to an actor or an actress is that they're not even trying that hard. They are just so in the moment in this film. It's so natural and real, and both of these performances are so good. Jake Gyllenhaal once again knocks it out of the park. I mean, this guy is amazing at picking scripts. You know, Brokeback Mountain, Prisoners, Nightcrawler, Southpaw, these are all fantastic films, and he just plays a variety of roles, and he's continuing to be one of the best leading actors that we have in this industry today. There is this one scene in the film, I don't really want to get in too much into it, but it's just that Jake is being so praised by the Boston citizens that it's just a group of people trying to explain to him some of their inspirational stories and how much he means to them, that it just hit me. You know, I mean, sometimes when I see a film, you know, it's the music or if it's the performance or whatever, I'll have a bit of a tear, you know, something like that. It's just a nice sort of feeling. This film did way more than that. This film just had me crying with legitimate just tears running down my eyes. There was no one in the theatre. It was not even packed. It was just me in the theatre, and to me that's just heaven, because I can react in any kind of way. It's just so comfortable, and I expressed my feelings as much as possible. I cried and cried and cried, and it was just such a inspirational and uplifting feeling when I watched this film, and that's one thing that I really, really appreciate. One of the most interesting things about this film is that David Gordon Green casted and hired a bunch of Boston medical staff. I mean, they were not actors, they were legitimate professionals at what they were doing. A bunch of nurses, a bunch of doctors were in this film, and most of the Boston citizens who were talking to Jake, were actual citizens who were actually impacted by this event. You know, they actually went out and hired these people, and they did a great job. It just felt so real, it felt so serious, it felt so in the moment. I feel like the only flaws that I would perhaps give is that the fact that it was a bit too long, and I feel like because of the cliche of a drama genre and how it's a true story and how it's inspirational, it could be a bit messy, I feel like, but at the same time it kind of works because that's how Jeff Bowman's life was after he was impacted by this. His life was an absolute mess, and I feel like they portray that perfectly. But at the same time, one could argue that this perhaps could drag on, and the pacing could be a bit slow at sometimes, and I understand that. But other than that, definitely go see this film. I'm going to give Stronger a 4.3 out of 5 stars. Definitely check this out. I enjoyed my time watching this. It was great. I'm just going through some of the best films of 2017 and just reviewing them individually. If you want to see my list, go check it out. it's the end of the video, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.